Good morning on this Sunday. We are at Lusaka Central Police Station. You are aware that we have 3 people that have been detained for the last 11 days. Today is the 12th day. We have 2 people from a group called GenZ, Jason Mwanza, the national coordinator, and the support staff, the young lady Chanda Chikwanka. Then we have the former mayor of former council chairperson for Kafue, Mr. Zulu, Thomas Zulu, who's been detained. The 3 were picked 12 days ago. They have not been given bond. They've not been given bail. We've applied to court for habeas corpus. The habeas corpus, I think, has just been scheduled for a hearing. Even habeas corpus must be heard urgently. Even that is taking a lot of time. So we are privileged that FDD President, Madam Edith Nawakwi, especially after hearing that there's a young lady, very educated young lady, graduate, who's detained just for participating in a lawn protest. She came here, but also to see the others, Jason Mwanza and Mr. Thomas Zulu. So I hand over to Madam Edith Nawakwi to speak about this detention that has gone in for the last 11 days.
As I've always said, this country is getting a dark spot. We were just alive to the report of the United Nations where they told us what is happening here. And unfortunately, one Mwetwa decried that the UN were lying. However, I'm a good example of being detained without being presented to the subordinate court for 8 days. It was a matter of shock to learn from Chikwanka's dad that the daughter has been incarcerated. This is the 12th day and she has not been given bail. Yes, there are attempts to get habeas corpus, bring the corpse, and she's there. My plea to President Hakainde Hichilema is, what is he going to address the UN on? Why is it that Zambia is being given a dark spot in the community of nations? We are a democracy, we are a peace-loving country. The rules are very clear. Like he himself says, he says the police should not arrest anyone before investigating. It's supposed to be 24 hours, 48 hours maximum, but here we are. Here we are. It's a 48 hours on, and the children are still in detention. We are asking the government that this incarceration of one another is not really giving us the best place in the community of nations. And President Hakainde Hichilema, what are you deriving? What happiness are you deriving from incarcerating your own children? These are young people from the University of Zambia. We used to be at the University of Zambia with the protests. It's a way of expressing ourselves. And all of a sudden, it is wrong to point out the wrongs. What was Jason saying? He was saying, Mr. President, what you promised you haven't delivered. That's all. We want electricity, we want jobs. This is self-expression. But if even self-expression by young people in the universities, in schools, is a criminal offense, then Zambia must be held accountable in the community of nations. I personally would advise that the UN Secretary General takes a special interest in how Zambia is being governed, how the rights of individuals are being infringed, how even a simple attempt to talk ends you in cells without being taken before the courts of law. And I think we are really at the darkest hour of our lives as a country.
Thank you. We have Honorable Brebner Changala here. Honorable Brebner Changala, like Honorable Edith Nawakwi, like myself, we've been victims of these detentions that government is disputing. I think you were detained, I think, for almost 6 days.
No, for 8 days.
8 days.
I was with them.
Yeah. So here we have these 3 young people that have been detained. This is now going into the 12th day.
First and foremost, it's very sad. We all know that the UPND came to power on the backbone of change. They came to power on the backbone of the restoration of the rule of law. They have become the law unto themselves. It's very, very shameful and highly hypocritical. What they are doing to this country is unforgivable. It's true that they suffered this journey in their rise and ascendance to power. But at no time did they promise us that they will come to revenge and avenge in this manner. They are abusing state power. These young men and a lady who have been incarcerated for 12 days did exactly what Mr. Hakainde Hichilema did while he was in opposition. Exactly.
At the Freedom Statue.
At the Freedom Statue. It was not criminal then, but it's criminal today. Young men who voted for this regime in their numbers, in their multitudes, are expressing their desire to have a government that will look into their plight. High cost of living, high unemployment, and lack of visionary leadership. And that's what lands them behind bars. And the charges they face are bondable. And here again, you catch a leader who is a liar. The president constantly says, when a matter is bondable, please give them bond within 48 hours. 48 hours is 12 days. And there is no remorse from the president, from the Minister of Home Affairs, who apparently is a lawyer and the right-hand man of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. I want to warn them, this abuse of state power will take them nowhere. Dictatorship takes nobody nowhere. If anything, it will land them in places they don't want to be when they lose power. They should have done the best after suffering from the same way the police abused them at that time. Today they are in power to correct the misbehavior and misconduct of the state police. What a missed opportunity that we can be here to discuss the detention of the young lady and young boys, while they sit elsewhere, relishing their newfound power, which they don't even know how to retain. I wish them well. But my demand is allow these children to go home. I know you have been cheating the people that you look after the interest of the youth, but you don't look after them by locking them up when they say no to mismanagement of state affairs. Thank you.
And the painful part about this matter, Madam President, is that Jason had applied to the police, gave the police notice of 7 days, and said he was going to conduct a lone protest. How does a lone protest become this criminal, detained for 12 days?
Disorderly conduct.
Can you imagine?
Likely to breach peace.
And he
One
gave
person.
notice to the police. Notice was given to the police. He didn't go with the crowd. He just went alone with his colleague who helped him hold the placard. And he's been here for the last 12 days. For Mr. Thomas Zulu, we don't even know why he's here. His crime is that he's in the pictures when the former president visited Lusaka Business District. That's his only crime, you know. And the police have not fathomed. They're saying sedition and seditious practices. But what sedition and seditious practices? Thank you very much. Oh, I can see some presidents have arrived. Would you like to quickly make comments?
Yes, that's why we just saw you live and
Yeah.
we thought we...
Yeah, we just want to also to air our
introduce
views.
yourself and then make your
My name is
comments.
Hector Sondo, United for Better Zambia Party President, a member of UKA. We are here, as you can see, that you've come also to give solidarity And we think this is very unfortunate that today Zambians, they can't express themselves on the happenings of the country. And it's very sad because people are speaking on what is happening. And when people are speaking on what is happening, people are being arrested for nothing. We remember even him, Wakande Chirema, when he was on opposition. At one time, he went at the Freedom State where he went and do his campaign protesting against the government. But what is now difficult to see on what is happening with this government, that whatever people are complaining, these people, they have to fight them. So we are so saddened. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mwanza Simon, New Era Democratic Party Secretary General. What is so surprising is that the people that we've come to show solidarity to today are youths. These are young people that voted really for this government. This country...
Okay, so...
we have to cut.
Yeah, okay.